Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another Wild Whisper design team project. Don't forget to use my code DTCaitlinC for 10% off your order at the Wild Whisper store. Today I'm featuring their newest release from the Small Patterns collection. This is a vital paper pack if you love Wild Whisper papers. All of these patterns will coordinate with all of their collections since they're all neutral patterns. You have crosses, stripes, polka dots, arrows, all the colors that you could want. And I'm featuring those today along with pops of color from the More Adventures card pack, also available in their store. I love the pops of color that I chose. I chose the teals, a light green, and the yellow from this card pack to be the color scheme for my layout. And I'm scrapbooking this photo of my boyfriend. We went to a local place called the Beaver Lake Nature Center, and I took a photo of him taking a panorama of the lake, which I thought was really fun. And my title for this layout is actually one of the cards which says the best roads aren't paved, which is just a super cute saying. And there are no paved roads at this park, so that's really fun. So I usually like to use the card packs as layers under my photos since I have been doing less pocket pages lately. But of course these are great for pocket pages. That's what they're originally intended for, but I find the 4x6 size perfect for matting photos. And I'm going to take the dark gray pattern from the cross section and make that as my bottom base here. And I'm sorry the camera's a little bit crooked. I'm still trying to figure out my filming arrangements here. Everything seems crooked nowadays, but I'm trying to fix it. And I have all my cards in order. The one on the far right is a beautiful picture of some pine trees. It might even be an illustration, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And I just really love the stark black and white and then next to the yellow and then a couple more shades of green behind the photo. I just think it's really fun. And it also proves that nature point that I was trying to talk about. So those are the two main collections that I featured today. I do feature a lot of their sequin packs, which is fun. And again, definitely check out their shop and use my code, which I have written down below in case you don't know how to spell my name, which is a little bit different. And I want you guys to be able to use the code if you want to order from them. So I'm going to glue down this bottom section here. I really like the contrast for this as well. If I used just the straight paper, I felt like the photos were floating and that there wasn't enough contrast between the bright colors and the light gray background stripe. So I want to bring that darker cross background to the bottom to try to alleviate that contrast confliction that I was having. And if I'm layering multiple cards on top of one another, I often cut them like you just saw. So that way I can use them later on if I need to. Like I thought about using the back side of that wolf card that I used as a layer because that's that same shade of yellow. So I could have punched something out of that to add another pop of yellow if I wanted. I do have this 12 by 12 sheet from the More Adventures pack, which is actually a cut apart sheet. And I was sad to cut apart into it because it's a beautiful star background on the opposite side. So I did end up cutting into it, this little section, but I can still use the majority of the star background paper on a different layout. I'm very much a hoarder when it comes to my Wild Whisper products because I don't want to use them all because they're all so cute and there's so many different purposes you could use these collections for. And I have been able to see their upcoming releases for the rest of 2018 and you guys are going to love all of them. So definitely stay tuned on their social media as well as my social media because I'll film my process videos for you guys for the rest of the year so you guys can stay up to date with what Wild Whisper has to offer. Here's where I had an idea that I didn't like, so luckily I was able to cover it up. I love the look of folded papers. I've done it on a couple of my layouts before, but the underside pattern of the cross paper, the back side, has a cream pattern on it. And my background that I chose, the striped gray, is gray and white, and it doesn't have that cream color. And I really like the crispness of just keeping it white on white on white with all my elements. So I decided to just cover it up. You can just glue over it, it's fine. And it was a really cute idea. I just didn't like the pattern behind it. If it was maybe the green color or the blue color that I pull in, I thought that'd be a little bit better. So now I know I want a cluster in the bottom left, and I do end up putting a cluster also in the top right, but that develops more at the end. So for my bottom left cluster, I decided to take the cut apart that I used and trim it out with my scissors. It's just a little leaf sprig in a dark gray color, again, matching the neutrals that I'm working with, and also keeping it more of a masculine layout. I do take it to a non-masculine side at the end, but that's okay. It stays masculine for the most part. And now I also cut this card from that same More Adventures pack, and I'm just going to use that as a journaling spot later on. And I have this washi tape from my stash, which is a light gray with an even lighter gray floral pattern on it that sort of matches these leaves in this kit. or in this collection, which is nice. So I layer that together. It's coming together. I know I have a couple of pieces that I want to use, including some of these Tim Holtz phrase chunk chipboard pieces. I've had these for a little while now. I bought them at Hobby Lobby when they were on clearance. I've never had something like this before, and I really love the style of it. It's just not usually what I normally scrapbook, this sort of sketchy or typewriter style. So I'm glad I got to use a couple of them on here. So now I'm going to cut another piece of that yellow. It was from that cut apart, but just that color yellow is perfect to bring in a pop of color. So I'm going to add another pop of that yellow in the top right by snipping off a piece of that leftover cut apart piece. And then I'm going to glue my little sentiments down. One says take the scenic route and the other one says seek. I thought those were just cute. I didn't pick them for any reason. It's just when you have so many of a new embellishment, you have a hard time picking if you look through all of them. So I just picked out the ones I saw first, just to save me some time and hassle. Now here's where the fun begins. I have all of my Wild Whisper sequins out on my desk during this video. And although the names are not on the back of them, I will be able to link them all down below for you guys in case you want to check them out. The first one that I'm using is a beautiful light blue with a couple of green larger sequins, as well as some leaf sequins, which are really fun, which I could have used on this layout now that I look back at it. I did pull in that silver at the end, which you'll see. I'm also using the yellow and blue one, which is very beautiful. And then I even pull in my old time friend Sweater Weather Collection sequin mix, as well as Silver Stardust, and then one more sequin mix. I'm not sure. They all coordinate with the collections, but the collections are not printed on the paper backing, so I'm not 100% sure which ones to go with which, since I just keep all my sequins together as opposed to with their collection pack, because I like to mix and match, as you can tell. And I'm just using my quick pick sequin picker upper to put those around my layout. But this layout's almost done. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And again, I will have the Wild Whisper blog linked down below so you guys can check out more information about this layout and more products and more beautiful projects that the design team have made. If you guys have any questions, again, leave them down below and I'll get back to you on those. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!